זה סיפור על יהודי ממוסקבה שעבר ב-2008 לטורונטו, והחל להשקיע בסטארט-אפים.
I'm a professor of entrepreneurship and small business economics, and I actually believe that people come to this world to make it a better place. And I believe entrepreneurs have very good tools to make it more efficient, and that's why I really like what I do.
עם הזמן הוא קיבל אזרחות קנדית וישראלית. לאחרונה הוא מונה כנשיא הפדרציה הציונית הקנדית, ותורם בנדיבות רבה למדינת ישראל ומוסדותיה. רק לאחרונה הוא תרם אמבולנס ממוגן ליישובי יהודה ושומרון.
Beautiful partners helped us to raise additional funds, so we built more bulletproof ambulances that may serve in Judea and Samaria.
מארט is an incredible individual, and when I first met him, I had no idea how diverse and how amazing he is.
הוא יזם ומשקיע ומומחה בעל שם בינלאומי לחדשנות ויזמות.
His involvement in the community is almost unmatched. This guy is everywhere. He makes our community better, he makes our country better, and he makes the world a better place.
מארט ראסין, בן 54, בריאיון ראשון לתקשורת הישראלית.
Right now in 2023, Maarat, you are one of the most prominent Jewish business people, entrepreneurs.
I'm doing what I can. I supported few good projects here.
בקיץ האחרון הוא הגיע לארץ בכדי להשתתף במסע הקומטה של בנו, חייל בודד שהגיע מקנדה והתנדב לנחל.
אבא תמיד תמך בי, והנה אני עכשיו מתחיל לעזור לך כאילו להתכונן.
Part of myself understood it will happen at some point, because I know what kind of person he is.
פגשתי אותו במודיעין, ומאתר ארכיאולוגי של המכבים טיילנו בנקודות משמעותיות ובפרספקטיבה הישראלית, יהודית, רוסית וקנדית של מארט.
My Judaism is there, and my Israelism is there as well.
מה סוד ההצלחה של מארט?
I re-engineer or I create a startup and then I sell it. So normally it takes a year to develop it and then I sell it. And people ask, well, why don't you want to stay with the startup? It's a little bit boring for me. I want to start something new. Yeah. I'm a starter.
I'm just a starter, אומר על עצמו האיש ששווה לפחות כמה מאות מיליוני דולרים.
Money is an instrument. Money is not a goal.
אז הנה הכתבה שצילמתי יחד עם הצלם הדר ברדה. מי אתה, מארט ראסין?
פרספקטיבה, משודרת בחסות
Northern Force Security, פתרונות אבטחה בהתאמה אישית.
Maarat, tell me, where are we right now and why did you bring me here?
Well, first of all, it's a beautiful place. And secondly, from this place, you can see the hills of Benjamin, the hills of Judea. You know that Yerushalayim is behind the hills. From here, you can see the beautiful city of Modi'in and even Tel Aviv and the sea and everything. And also from here, you can see the history. Because this is the place of Maccabim. We're in Modi'in, right? When you think of Modi'in, what first comes to your mind? Well, intelligence, because Modi'in, right? But also Hanukkah, Maccabim. The main street here is the Rota Maccabim. And this is the place.
The archaeological site of the Maccabim.
Exactly. So here we have the caves where they were hiding different historical artifacts and everything, the spirit. What's Maccabim?
Well, the Maccabim are probably one of the most Jewish heroes in our history.
Exactly. It's a Jewish pride and they are good entrepreneurs, I think.
Were they?
Startup founders.
In what way?
Because just a few people had the problem to solve, just a few people here in this hill. They had the problem to solve and they solved it.
To keep their Judaism.
To keep the Judaism, to save the land of Israel, for the people of Israel, to stop Greeks from erasing Jewish culture and Jewish religion from here.
It's interesting that you talk about the Maccabim as entrepreneurs. I never saw Jewish people as entrepreneurs. I always saw them the exactly opposite. Jewish people, they keep their tradition. They hold to their history, to the past, to the Bible, to thousands of years back. Not so much looking to the future. But you see it exactly the other way around.
I absolutely see it all the way around. This philosophy that you're talking about is philosophy of Geolah. Mm-hmm. Because we had to survive during these times. But now when we have once again, we have this beautiful land of Israel, we have to fulfill our duties. All these terms, important democratic terms that all the best democratic countries in the world enjoy now, they come
from Judaism.
It's all from Torah.
It's like walking in the path of history.
Exactly.
And for me now, walking with you on this path, knowing a little bit of your amazing story, not only of success, but also of your personal triumph, coming from Russia, from Moscow.
I'm here to solve some problems. I like solving problems, different problems. Yeah,
like that.
Like this, yeah.
I don't see a solution to the Arab problem. I don't see a solution to the problem of land, that we don't have enough land here.
You see this land? It's empty. It's a beautiful land, of course. And all these hills, you dig a little bit in any of these hills and you find artifacts from our history. My Judaism is there. And my Israelism is there as well. Generally speaking, people say if Jews will not live there, we will be closer to peace. I say, how do you feel about somebody saying Jews are not allowed to live in Toronto? Oh no, it's terrible. So now you're saying Jews are not allowed to live in Judea? How it sounds to you? I always say you have to understand we are native to this land. It doesn't mean that other people don't have right to live here. They have centuries of history here as well. So we have to find a way to live like brothers. We have no other choice. We're one nation. We have to be brothers. Even if we yell at each other, if we fight with each other, we have to be brothers. We have to be together.
You have brothers?
I don't.
You're an only child?
Yeah. Like 80% of what happened in our history happened there.
Yeah.
How can we betray it? How can we give up on that? It's important to understand the diversity of connections which exist in the world. Kabbalah helps to see the connections, and I can add in business as well.
One of the most interesting things about you is that you're unexpected. I mean, I've known you for a few weeks already, and I never know what to expect because you have so many things within you. You're an entrepreneur, you're a businessman,
Yep.
you do real estate,
Yeah?
you're the president of the Zionist Canadian Federation.
Right.
You're a religious person.
Correct.
You're Russian, you're Canadian,
Yes.
you're Israeli.
Yeah. Well, I think you may be successful in business if you always act honestly. Generally speaking, I not only do business, I teach entrepreneurs. And when people ask me how to become successful, I always say, find the problem in the world and solve this problem, which is what? Tikkun olam, right? Make this world
Tikkun olam.
Of course, make this world a better place. So people who are affected by this problem will become natural customers of your business, which will create your financial success. But at the first place, you have to be willing to do Tikkun olam. My mom always said, like, I don't understand, why these people even listening to you?
Wow.
I was like 22 years old, recently finished my military service.
In Russia?
In Russia, yeah. And people with money came to listen to my projects. And I was able to deliver them feeling that everything is well thought through and everything will be fine. And I never had problems to find investors.
Marat, can I ask you a personal question?
Sure.
Why not Israel? Why did you move from Russia as a Jew with your proud Jewishness to Canada and not to Israel?
It was a compromise. Because I wanted to go to Israel, but my family wanted to stay in Russia. So Canada was a compromise.
What do you think about the judicial reform now happening in Israel? I mean, I landed here yesterday, and on the way from the airport, I saw demonstrations on the road, and you probably saw it also. What do you think about it? How do you relate to that, if you do relate to it at all?
I'm happy people here have the choice to be loud. Loud.
To be loud.
Loud, like to protest.
Active.
Yeah, because we were silent for so many years. I have friends who go to demonstrations from one side and from another side. They come with exactly the same flags. They say exactly the same words.
Yeah.
We are fighting against dictatorship. Both sides say exactly the same.
As a person that comes from communism, how do you see democracy evolving now in 2023?
We now see the countries developing for hundreds of years, and we may see that every country which is run by a small group of people are less successful than the country run in a democratic way when everyone can vote.
You're basically an entrepreneur and you're teaching other people to be entrepreneurs.
Yeah, you cannot teach something that you don't practice, right?
Exactly, yeah. And you do it in Canada in a college called Yeti, in a campus called Yeti.
Right.
Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, Yeti is a beautiful baby of mine. So, generally speaking, it's a university business accelerator and incubator and startup hub and venture fund. All together, our programs are very competitive because it's accessible and really high level.
Is it expensive to study?
It's free for Canadians. As a charitable organization, we want high-level education to be accessible. I think it's very important.
Now that's in Canada, but
Yeah.
we're right now in Modi'in, in Israel.
Yeah.
Tell me about your next entrepreneur or your next endeavor.
The idea is we bring our knowledge of North American market, Canadian and North American market, because Canada is a great gateway to North American market, right? So, and we bring this knowledge here to Israel because in my understanding, the problem is that the market is relatively small.
In Israel.
In Israel, yeah.
That's why they all look for exits in North America.
That's why people, in most cases, they have to sell their startups too early. So people may build and grow successful businesses without any need to leave Israel. Specifically, it will be like Canadian hub here, and the main focus is to help with the connection with Canadian and North American market. We'll do our very best to make all our educational programs here free of charge.
It's a nice way of ending our story, you know, with your future plans. אם אתם יזמים ואם אתם רוצים לפתח את הכישרון שלכם, תפנו לאוניברסיטה של מארט, לאינסטיטושן שלו, yedi.ca, יש שם את כל המידע. זה מעניין אותי אפילו ברמה האישית, I have to say, it interests me on a personal level. And again, thank you so much, מארט, for this day. תודה רבה.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me. תודה רבה.